Oh, wait, let's unpack this. Imagine a small, peaceful town nestled in rural Michigan. You know, the kind of place where people literally left their doors unlocked.
Right, crime basically unheard of.
Exactly. It felt, well, people who live there called it a utopia. And then this one chilling text message comes through, and it just shatters everything.
Yeah.
Our deep dive today is about April Millsap. She was, just a teenager, went for an evening walk with her dog, something she did all the time, and then she just vanished.
And her phone, which was missing at first, becomes this sort of desperate last hope for finding answers when there seemed to be none.
Yeah, it's quite the story.
This whole thing just absolutely rocked Armada, Michigan. I mean, for a community where violent crime wasn't just rare, it was almost unthinkable.
Yeah.
The idea of a brutal murder happening right there, it's completely foreign. People really struggle to wrap their heads around it.
I bet.
And as we get into this, you'll see how this really unassuming piece of tech, a fitness app, of all things, turned out to be the critical, silent witness. Yeah, it's what ultimately cracked the case. A murder nobody thought could ever happen there.
Incredible. So our mission today really is to guide you through how the investigators facing this just unimaginable challenge managed to piece together these tiny, fragmented clues. We'll look at how this seemingly simple digital footprint ended up unraveling a really complex, horrifying crime and eventually brought a killer to justice.
Let's do it.
Okay, so setting the scene in Armada. April Millsap, she was 15, described as kind, independent, dreamed of being a vet, loved animals, seemed pretty content living in this tiny community. Fewer than 2,000 residents.
Wow, that is small.
Right, the classic small town. Like, the local police officers actually knew April by name just from seeing her at the bus stop every morning.
That paints a picture.
It does. And this almost non-existent crime rate, while it sounds great, it kind of fostered this dangerous sense of security,
In a false sense of security.
People genuinely didn't lock doors, didn't even think about security cameras. Why would you, right?
Right. And that unique character of Armada, it's really crucial context here. It highlights the massive challenge this crime presented to the local police.
Absolutely.
They had, just a few officers? And basically zero experience with violent crime, let alone homicide.
Yeah.
So this wasn't just a tough case. It was something they were institutionally, completely unprepared for. The shock of it, the foreignness, it hit everyone, residents and police alike. They were just...
out of their depth.
Exactly. Out of their depth.
And that feeling was about to get tested big time. It was July 24th, 2014. April did what she often did, took her dog, Penny, for her usual walk, about an hour, around 6 p.m.
Familiar route.
Yeah, knew the trails really well, walked them all the time, sometimes with Penny, sometimes with friends or family. But 2 hours later, she wasn't back. Her mom, Jennifer, who, it's worth noting, has a neurological disorder that affects her speech and movement, she started getting really worried.
Understand.
At first, she tried to, rationalize it. Maybe April just met up with friends, forgot to call. She started calling around, checking with friends. April's boyfriend, Austin.
And those first attempts by Jennifer to kind of find a logical reason, they really highlight that disbelief in Armada, right? That anything truly bad could happen there.
Yeah, totally.
The idea of violence was just so far removed, almost fictional, that innocence kind of blinded them.
Until it couldn't anymore. The horror really dawned when Austin, the boyfriend, finally checked his phone. And there it was, a text from April sent around 6:30 p.m.
What did it say?
It said, "I think I almost got kidnapped."
Oh, my God.
Yeah. That single message, that was a moment her family knew something was terribly, terribly wrong. Everything just shifted.
I can only imagine.
So while April's family and friends are frantically searching these trails they knew so well, elsewhere, something else is happening. A couple, out jogging on the same route.
Okay.
They hear this faint noise, a dog whimpering. They find Penny, April's dog, alone, looking really distressed, leash still on, but no April.
Wow. Penny stayed.
Yeah, and it was like Penny was trying to tell them something. She led the couple towards this dense, overgrown bush off the main path in a dark, sort of wooded ravine.
Right.
And there, hidden from view, they found her. They found April's body.
Oh, no. It's Penny then. Penny's impact here is just huge.
Absolutely.
Her instinct, first to stay near April and then to actually get the attention of the joggers, draw them over, that was critical. It saved vital time, didn't it?
Definitely. Ensured she was found relatively quickly, preserved the scene as much as possible.
Yeah, kept crucial forensic opportunities from being lost. Amazing, really.
The scene itself, though, it was grim, told a story of a terrible struggle, April was barefoot, her clothes were rumpled, clear defensive wounds, she fought back hard. The autopsy later revealed, get this, 48 separate injuries.
48? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. And maybe the most horrifying detail, there are marks on her face and neck identified as shoe prints.
Shoe prints. He trampled her.
It appears so. Brutally trampled. Just sheer viciousness. It's hard to even comprehend.
That number of injuries, the nature of them, it paints a picture of a really prolonged, vicious attack.
Yeah.
It suggests maybe that while the attacker clearly had these awful intentions, maybe beyond just killing her, April's fight, it likely stopped him from doing everything he set out to do.
That makes sense.
But he still tragically took her life. That struggle, though, the intensity of it, would become a really important clue later on.
Right. And for the Armada police, faced with something like this, that realization we're out of our depth, it was immediate.
Had to be.
They very quickly called in backup, experienced people from larger agencies, state police, recognizing they needed specialized help right away.
Smart move. Necessary move.
So the investigation kicks off. Detectives start where you'd expect, talking to April's family, any enemies, anyone stalking her. Nothing obvious came up. So their focus shifted pretty quickly and, pretty naturally to Austin, the boyfriend.
All right, standard procedure.
His delayed reaction to that terrifying text message, plus they'd apparently had some kind of falling out recently, it raised immediate red flags.
Exactly. In these cases, you always look closely at the inner circle first. His apparent lack of urgency about the text, combined with maybe some relationship tension? Yeah, that would definitely make him an initial suspect.
But then the alibi. Austin had a solid one. He was with a friend, helping him with something, and crucially, CCTV footage put both of them at a nearby McDonald's right around 6:30 p.m.
The exact time of the text.
The exact time. And the reason he didn't see it, Armada's notoriously bad cell service.
So he just didn't get the message then.
Exactly. No reception where he was. Simple as that.
That detail, it really shows how basic tech limitations like patchy cell service in a rural area can totally skew how things look at the start of an investigation, right?
For sure.
So Austin was cleared pretty quickly, which sent the investigators back to square one, basically. But maybe with a new awareness that tech glitches could be a factor.
Right. So conventional leads are drying up fast. All their hopes now rested on April's phone. It was eventually found, but about a kilometer away from the crime scene itself.
Okay, so not with her.
No. For the police, though, this phone was maybe their last best chance, a potential window into her final moments.
And the potential of digital forensics now, even just from a regular smartphone, it's pretty amazing in cases like this.
Totally.
It's way more than just finding deleted texts, right? It's digging into metadata, movement patterns, timestamps.
Yeah.
Stuff our phones log constantly, often without us realizing.
Like an invisible witness.
Exactly. GPS, accelerometers, how you use your apps. It all leaves a trail.
So the forensic experts dug into April's phone, and amidst all the usual stuff, they found this health app, the kind a lot of us use, tracks steps, runs.
Yeah, fitness tracker app.
They decided, okay, let's look at the data logs for this thing, see if there's anything at all.
Well, what they found in that simple app, it was extraordinary, wasn't it?
Unbelievable. Around 6:30 p.m., the app logged her speed increasing significantly, like she was speed walking or actually running.
Okay, so fleeing.
Seems like it. But then, right after that, it recorded an even higher speed, a speed they deemed humanly impossible for someone on foot.
Wow. Like a vehicle.
Exactly.
Right.
Matched the speed of a vehicle, and then, after just a couple of minutes at that speed, all movement just stopped. Abruptly.
So the app basically recorded her abduction and the end of the movement.
Pretty much. It provided this minute-by-minute digital log of her last moments of motion. Chilling.
So what story did that data actually tell them? How did they piece it together?
Well, piece by agonizing piece, they started to reconstruct it. They figured April was likely running from her attacker right after she sent that text.
Makes sense with speed increase.
Then she was attacked. They estimated the struggle lasted maybe 10 minutes. Then came that humanly impossible speed, suggesting she, or at least her phone, was now in a vehicle. The attacker then took her phone, drove off, they suspected maybe a motorcycle because the trail path was pretty narrow.
Right, that makes sense.
And then dumped the phone about a kilometer away, which explains why all movement suddenly stopped on the app's log.
Wow. And this is where, the deep dive really shows its value. This totally ordinary fitness tracker, just quietly logging steps, became the most precise and, frankly, the most chilling witness to her final struggle.
Yeah, it gave them a timeline, critical clues that just the physical scene couldn't provide on its own.
Incredible.
So now news of April's murder is out in the public, and witnesses start coming forward.
Oh, okay.
Several people reported seeing April earlier that evening, walking on the trail, talking to a middle-aged man who's dragging a motorcycle next to him, a blue and white one.
Dragging it, not riding it.
Yeah, dragging it. And crucially, the witnesses said April didn't seem scared or upset at that point, just talking to him.
Okay, that adds context to the later text. Maybe he approached her normally at first.
Seems likely.
And this is where those different puzzle pieces start clicking together, right? The app data pointing to a vehicle.
Yep.
And now eyewitnesses linking April directly to a specific guy with a specific blue and white motorcycle.
Exactly. Suddenly, they had a tangible lead, a potential suspect.
So did they find the motorcycle?
They did. Police tracked down that distinctive blue and white bike pretty quickly, found it at a friend's house.
And the owner?
The friend identified the owner as a 32-year-old man named James VanCallis. He lived in Wales Township, which is about 30 kilometers, maybe 20 miles, from Armada.
Okay, so not local.
No.
And that distance, that's probably significant, right?
Right.
It explains why nobody in tight-knit Armada knew him.
Right.
Which might have been why he chose that area. Figured he wouldn't be recognized.
Could be. So they bring James VanCallis in for questioning. He's cooperative, apparently, but his alibi said he was with a friend at his house. It didn't really hold up under scrutiny, felt unreliable. Investigators also dug into his background pretty fast. Found a criminal record breaking into houses, not paying alimony.
Okay, so priors.
Yeah. And something else deeply disturbing. His father was a registered child offender.
Oh, wow. That's unsettling context.
Definitely. But despite all these mounting suspicions, the investigation kind of hit a wall.
That's so.
Well, James gave the police some shoes, but none of them matched those distinct prints found on April's body.
Ah, the shoe prints.
Yeah.
Crucial.
Yeah. And no DNA connecting him was found at his house or, crucially, on his motorcycle, which, forensics noted, looked like it had been very thoroughly washed.
With bleach, maybe?
Strong bleach or cleaning agents, yeah, before the police could seize it.
Classic move. Trying to destroy evidence. But the act of cleaning it so thoroughly right after the murder, that's suspicious in itself.
Hugely suspicious. Suggests a cover-up, not just routine cleaning.
Definitely points towards consciousness of guilt.
But still, no direct link. Then came the turning point, a really crucial one. James's ex-girlfriend came forward. She remembered his behavior on the day of the murder, and it had clearly bothered her.
Okay.
She recalled him acting strangely, asking for hand sanitizer, and then meticulously cleaning his motorcycle, his helmet, and a specific pair of sneakers. Black and white ones.
The sneakers.
Yeah. She remembered him cleaning them really carefully that evening. And then she never saw those specific sneakers again after that night.
Wow. Sometimes it's just that one small detail, right?
Mhm.
Something someone remembers.
Totally.
A personal observation about a specific pair of shoes, deliberately cleaned, and then vanished.
That could be the missing link the physical evidence wasn't providing.
Exactly. That human insight no tech can find.
So did they find pictures of these sneakers?
They did. Investigators scoured his social media and found photos of James wearing those exact, conveniently missing black and white sneakers.
Okay.
So since his pair was gone, they went out and bought an identical pair from a store. Same brand, same model.
And tested them against the prints. And tested them. They were an exact match to the shoe prints found on April's body.
That's it. That's huge.
huge.
So now it's not just isolated clues. It's this web, right? The shoe print match.
Yep.
James's phone location data putting him on that trail at the right time.
Confirmed.
And CCTV footage showing his specific blue and white motorcycle speeding away from the area near the crime scene.
All lined up.
That's an overwhelming circumstantial case, even without DNA on the bike.
Absolutely. So in October 2014, armed with all this, James VanCallis was officially arrested for April's murder. He was charged with first-degree murder, kidnapping, and assault with intent to defile. And maybe unsurprisingly, he pleaded not guilty to everything.
Of course. So the trial. What was the prosecution's narrative?
They laid out a really chilling picture, presented evidence from his computer search history, revealed a
Oh.
disturbing preference for teenage girls, suggested April wasn't random but targeted. They argued he likely approached her initially trying to seem non-threatening, maybe asking for help with the bike or something.
Right, like the witnesses saw.
But when she got spooked, maybe because of the text, maybe something else, when she was on high alert and tried to get away, that's when he attacked, brutally. With his motorcycle helmet, they believed, overpowered her, took her life.
Vicious. What was the defense's argument?
They fought back hard, obviously, argued he was being framed, that the police rushed to judgment. They hammered on the lack of direct DNA evidence connecting him to the actual crime scene or the body.
That's a standard defense tactic,
Yeah.
especially with circumstantial cases.
Yeah, and that lack of DNA was a hurdle. It apparently caused some real concern for the jury initially.
I can see that. DNA feels so definitive, doesn't it?
It does. But this case really became a powerful example of how, even without that smoking gun DNA, a meticulously built case based on overwhelming circumstantial evidence can secure justice.
Right. It shows that piecing together all those elements, the digital footprint, the eyewitnesses, the shoe prints, the suspicious behavior can be just as compelling, if not more so sometimes.
Exactly. And the jury, after deliberating, clearly agreed. They returned a guilty verdict on all counts.
Wow. Justice for April.
Yeah. His appeal later was denied. James VanCallis will almost certainly spend the rest of his life in prison, which, brought at least some measure of relief to April's mom, Jennifer. She attended every single court hearing.
Incredible strength.
Truly. And as we kind of reflect on this whole harrowing story, there's one constant presence throughout, isn't there? April's dog, Penny.
Ah, yes. Penny, the unsung hero.
Her role often kind of overshadowed by the police work and the tech. It was just heroic.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Her loyalty, just being there, maybe her barking, her presence. Could it have actually deterred VanCallis from carrying out even more of whatever awful things he intended?
It's possible, right? We'll never know for sure, but it's a thought. Even though he did take her life, maybe Penny's presence limited the horror somehow.
Maybe. But beyond that potential deterrence, her actions in leading those joggers to April, that was undeniably critical.
Absolutely essential.
Ensuring she was found quickly, letting the investigation start promptly, that was huge, especially given the circumstances.
Yeah, given the initial shock and the local police needing backup, time was crucial.
Honestly, without Penny doing what she did, there's a really strong chance April's body might not have been found for a long time. Maybe never.
It's true.
The case could easily have gone cold, remained unsolved. Penny has since passed away, sadly.
Well, that's sad to hear.
Yeah. But what she did, try to protect her best friend, ensuring justice could eventually be served, and won't be forgotten. She was April's loyal companion, and in the end, maybe her family's saving grace.
What an incredible story. Devastating, obviously, but also just surprising. This whole deep dive, it took so many turns.
It really did.
From this small town tragedy that just shattered a community's whole sense of safety to the unbelievable role of a tiny digital footprint on a fitness app.
The most unexpected clue.
Right. And then the quiet heroism of a beloved pet. It's just a real testament to persistence, I think, and ingenuity when facing something so awful.
Absolutely. And it reminds us that answers can and do come from the most unexpected places.
Definitely.
In this case, it really invites us, maybe you listening, to think about how much of our lives are now kind of inadvertently documented.
Yeah.
In this age where our phones track our steps, our locations, everything, what other silent witnesses are out there? Maybe another fitness app, maybe another loyal companion like Penny, holding keys to truths we haven't even imagined yet.
That's a powerful thought.
Even in our most ordinary moments, there could be clues.
Indeed. It definitely encourages all of us to maybe reflect on those unseen details around us every day and wonder what stories they might be telling that we just aren't aware of yet.